modality where quantum theory is not eliminated but is modified, and some of the fundamental axioms, are given actually mechanical functions, and so that it starts to actually ground and make sense in the universe. It's not just floating in thin air with some kind of all sorts of esoteric dynamics that you're not allowed to visualize. You're not supposed to visualize the atom, not supposed to visualize the electron, and so on. Now it starts to look a little different. The electron, the structure of the atom, all this starts looking like an event horizon of a black hole and all this. Now you start getting somewhere. It's actually real. It's not some esoteric thing that is described by quantum theory.
Nassim, your work, like the universe, is ever expanding and ever evolving. But if you had a conclusion up to this point, if you could summarize it, what have you learned from your life's research?
Oh, that's a big question. What have I learned from my life's research is that there is an infinite potential at the heart of everything. That, beauty is everywhere. The universe, that you cannot isolate systems, that you cannot, isolate yourself from the universe, that you're part of this incredible will work of nature, that you have that infinity within yourself, and that the discovery of your relationship to the universe and your infinite nature may be the most crucial thing a human being can come to discover in this evolution.
Great words. Nassim, how do we get in touch with your work and your Resonance Project Foundation?
The best is to go to the resonanceproject.org, which is our website, the Resonance, like ringing bell, project.org. And from there, a bunch of information is available. You can buy our DVD set, which is almost 8 hours of information with visuals and everything else. And as well, you can get on our email list right there on our website and stay in touch with us. We have monthly phone calls where I answer questions for people for 2 hours. We have all sorts of programs coming up, emissary programs, delegate programs. And so, if you go to the website, you can stay in touch with us. And as well, we're a nonprofit foundation. We are doing research based on the generosity of the public. So if you can help us, it makes a huge difference. And it makes a difference for the foundation. It makes a difference for humanity. So I think there's no more important contribution you could do. And so that's the best way to get in touch with us and email us and let us know what you think.
We also have a link on our website. Nassim, thank you so much for being part of the Veritas show. You have a lot of fans listening around the world. And on their behalf, I wish you continued success with your work. Be well, and I hope we can stay in touch.
Thank you very much for having me, and I look forward to our next discussion. This is Nassim Haramein. I can handle the truth, and I'm ready for disclosure. Bye-bye.
And that was Nassim Haramein. And he said this offline before we started the interview.
It's important for this information to get out to the people.
If you found any value by listening to this interview, please make a donation by going to our website, veritasshow.com, and click on the PayPal donation button. No contribution is too small. Next week's special guest is Bob Emenegger, a UFO landing at Holloman Air Force Base. In my opinion, one of the most underrated and unknown UFO cases of all time. And the following week, David Sarita. I want to thank all volunteers around the world who help keep Veritas alive. Your work is appreciated. And don't forget to stop by our new forum, manticore.com, where we welcome intellectual anarchy. And as promised at the beginning of the show, here's Desert Winds. And we have come to the end of our show. I thank you for tuning in and hope you can join me next time for another edition of the Veritas Show, where the truth will set you free. I'm your host, Mel Fabregas. Until then, be well, and remember, be skeptical, but don't close your mind.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
It was too fast to be an airplane.
I think it's time to open the books on the question of government investigations of UFOs. We ought to do it really because it's right. We ought to do it because the American people, quite frankly, can handle the truth. And we ought to do it because it's the law.
Be skeptical. Do be as skeptical as you want, but by all, don't close your mind.